Okay, boys, we were
Morning,
doing
sir.
chapter electromagnetism, and last class I talked about electromagnet, solenoid. Uh, which one is more advantageous, electromagnet or permanent magnet? Which one?
Electromagnet.
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 Yes, very good. Electromagnet. You know the reasons why? No. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, uses of electromagnet. Just give the heading. Uses of electromagnet. Uses of electromagnet. Uses of electromagnet. Where we use electromagnet. Electromagnets are used in many devices, electrical devices such as motor, such as um, generators, dynamo. Then we use electromagnet in electric bell also. Electric bell. Electric bell works on the principle of electromagnetism. Plenty of uses. You can write down few uses. Few of the uses you can write down. Electric bell. In electric bell, we got a magnet there inside. Then we put the hammer and this.
So even a phone.
Now the detail.
Sir, motors.
Even a phone. Phone
In
laptop,
motors,
TV,
yes, electric bell, comma,
Sir,
motors.
that phone also. Sir, iPhone.
phone, laptop, TV.
Yeah. In many devices. In phone, we have
Battery.
wait. Yes, no, battery is different, but there is a small motor there. So for motor and all, we use it. Write down, use it in electric bell, comma, electric motor, comma, dynamo, comma, electric train, etc. There are plenty of uses. Okay. You must have seen doctors and all, they use sometimes electromagnet to pull out iron particles or magnetic particles from wound, from ears, from eyes. The doctors they bring the electromagnet close to the affected portions, and all those magnetic particles are pulled by the electromagnet, and the surface gets cleaned. This is the whole idea about it.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that? What was that device called?
What?
What is that device
Depends on
called?
electromagnet. The device is what? Electromagnet. No special name. Electromagnet only. The device is called electromagnet. Okay. Sometimes person gets bullet injury, bullet injury, and the doctors they remove the bullet particles using electromagnet also. Those magnetic particles will be pulled. Strong electromagnet they bring and they pull all those iron particles from the wound. So person gets relieved. That is also used. So plenty of uses it has. Okay. So the topic electromagnet is done now. Okay. Now next topic you need to learn. Now they have reduced the syllabus. So I am doing according to the reduced syllabus. Okay. Now next topic is give the heading force. Force on a current carrying conductor in magnetic field, in a magnetic field. Okay. Force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field is the second topic. Okay. And this force is known as magnetic force. Magnetic force. This force is called magnetic force on current carrying conductor. Whenever a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field region, or when a wire or a conductor carries current in the presence of a magnet, what will happen to the conductor? The conductor experiences a force. And because of that force, the conductor starts moving in a particular direction. And that force is named magnetic force. Okay? And that magnetic force will have direction because force is vector, it has direction. So what direction does it experience a force? The direction of the magnetic force is given by Fleming's left-hand rule, like this. I'll write down, I'll explain to you the rule. First write here, Fleming's left-hand rule. To find the direction of this force, Fleming's left-hand rule, to know the direction of this magnetic force. And the rule is like this. First, left hand is mentioned here. The first three fingers of your left hand, you have to stretch in this manner so that all the three fingers are perpendicular. Like this. Thumb going like this, index finger going like this, and the middle finger is going down. Okay. This is the rule of finding the direction of magnetic force. I'll tell you how we take these three fingers. What do the three fingers represent? First finger, that is thumb, represents force. This finger represents the direction of magnetic field, direction of magnetic field. And this one is the direction of current. In short, we remember this as FBI. FBI. You know, CBI is for India, Central Bureau of Intelligence. So FBI is for USA, Federal Bureau of Intelligence. You can remember it this way, FBI. But here FBI full form is F, with first finger represents force. This finger B means magnetic field, and I means current. So you can remember the word FBI, short form FBI, force. If you know force, last one is current, and the next one will be coming B. B means magnetic field. B represents magnetic field. So you can use the rule of FBI like this. This is the rule. So this will say that if current goes in this direction, downward direction, and magnetic field is like this, then the force will act in this direction. This is the direction of force. The current carrying conductor will experience a force given by the thumb. So I give one example, you can understand from the example. Suppose we are having a magnet here like this, South pole here, or let us take North pole here, and I'll take a horseshoe magnet, then South pole here, and a conductor is like this. This is a conductor carrying current in the upward direction. Conductor is carrying current in the upward direction. So what direction? This will experience a force. Let us check off. Magnetic field is going from north to the south this way. Magnetic field always goes from north pole to the south pole. So this is the direction of magnetic field. What direction does the current go here? Current is going up. This, if you keep the finger like this current is going down. You have to change it the upward direction. When you change it upward direction, it will go like this. Your thumb is going this side. That means this conductor will experience a force in the inward direction here, like this. That means if the thing is over here like this, this will be having tendency to be pushed inward like this. This will go inward, perpendicularly inward. This will be perpendicularly inward. It will be experiencing a force in the inward direction. Have you understood once again? What do you say?
Sir, can you repeat, sir? Magnetic field.
Okay. I'm saying, see, magnet north pole is here. Just imagine, north pole is here, and another magnet south pole is here, this side. North pole, south pole facing each other. What direction magnetic field is acting? Magnetic field is acting like this, north to the south. It always acts in the direction north to the south, this way. This way it is acting. And we are having a conductor. This is a conductor like this, carrying current like this, upward direction here, upward, going up. Let us check. This is the rule. What direction the magnetic field is going? This way, no, this way. This is the magnetic field, the index finger, magnetic field. Then what direction? This is the direction of current. Current, just now I said current is going in the upward direction. Current is going in the upward direction. Direction of this is turned up like this. what direction your thumb goes, thumb is going in this direction. That means this conductor will experience a force like this. This way it will experience a force. Inward direction. Now, if the current goes downward here, if the current goes downward, what direction my thumb is pointing? The thumb is pointing this direction, this side, that is outward. If the current is the downward direction, this will experience a force in this direction, outward or perpendicularly outward, like that. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, suppose if the magnet is like this, horizontal way is kept. Just now, the magnet is placed and the wire is carrying current in the vertically upward direction, vertically up. But if they show like this way, and the wire is carrying current in the horizontal direction, in the horizontal direction, the force will be either downward or upward. But if it is vertical, the force will be either inward or outward. If this conductor is vertical. Just now, let us take the case of horizontal direction. Current, let us suppose the current is going in this direction, current is going. I'll check out. This is the direction of magnetic field, but current goes in this direction. This is the current, the middle finger represents current, SBI, like this. What direction my thumb is pointing? The thumb is pointing downward. In this case, this will experience the force in the downward direction here. And if the current goes like this way the current goes, so the thumb is pointing in the upward direction. That means this will experience the force in the upward direction. It depends upon the situation, how they are showing in the diagram, horizontal way or vertical way. That way it will experience the force. What is the name of the rule to determine the direction of the force? Fleming's left-hand rule. So similarly, what happens is, let us take a body here and then the current is flowing like this way, in this conductor, like this. In this conductor, the current is flowing in this direction, A, B, C, D. In what direction this side will experience the force, A, B will experience the force in this direction, flowing like this, the current will be flowing in this manner like this, current will flow like this and come out. What direction the current is flowing it downward, where will the force acting? What is the direction of force here? Outward, like this.
Outward.
Yeah, this will be experiencing the force in the outward direction here, F. What do you see that these two are in the same direction or opposite direction? What direction they are acting? Opposite direction, isn't it?
Opposite direction.
Yeah, and they are having same value because the current is same. No, current is same, so they will have equal value. Magnetic field is same. Yes.
So will it not repel?
Yes.
Which two? These two forces, why they will repel? Why they will repel? There is no pole, no, force is not there. Only force is there. You know, where is opposite pole? Direction you see, no? No.
In the opposite force.
Direction of force you see. Okay, don't see the direction of the pole. There are two. We have got only one magnet, north and south. We don't have two magnets so that they repel or they attract. It is not the case. Attraction repulsion takes place between two magnets. No, two magnets, same poles repel, opposite poles facing each other will attract. This is not the case of two magnets. Only one magnet is there. This is a horseshoe magnet. The entire thing is a horseshoe magnet. North pole here, south pole here. Okay. Stay fast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in this case, what happens? They will form a couple. Wait. First chapter you will study, no, when the two forces are acting like this, one force is here, one force is here, like this, the forces are having same value, these two are parallel forces. And their line of action is not the same. What are the two forces called? The two forces is called a couple. Couple, I think I taught you in the chapter number 1, couple. And what does a couple do? Couple produces torque or rotation in the body. The body starts rotating and we call it motor. This is only called motor. What is it called? Motor. You can just imagine. Here is a conductor like this. This is experiencing a force in the inward direction and this is experiencing a force in the outward direction like this. What will happen? This will go this side and this will come this side. No. What will happen as a result? Rotation will take place. It will start rotating. and we call it motor. Fans and all, they all work on this principle only. Fans, motor is there, okay. This converts electrical energy into the mechanical energy because we are getting motion, forces are produced, and we convert electrical energy into the mechanical energy. This is exactly happens in case of a motor. Are you understood?
Yes, sir.
Say fast.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
How can we increase the value of this force? How can we increase the value of the force? We say by increasing the number of turns. If this is a coil, this coil is called armature coil. This coil is called armature coil. By increasing the number of turns in the armature coil, by increasing the magnetic strength, stronger magnet you use, you get a greater amount of force. By increasing the value of current, if the current is more, force will be more. That means the speed of rotation will increase. And by increasing the area of the coil, larger the area, larger the speed of rotation. You know, we have motor of small size, motor of bigger size. The size varies, no? Even bikes some are 150 cc, some are 200 cc, some are 250 cc. So all cc is volume is size of the motor. Greater the size of the motor, greater the cc, then the larger is the power of that particular vehicle. I think you know about it. Bikes, cars and all, they give the capacity of the engine, no? You must have seen, isn't it? They
Yes,
describe
sir.
the capacity of motor actually, that volume. Volume is the size. More the size or more the volume, greater volume is greater area of the armature coil. So if the area is greater, then the speed of rotation will be greater. They will have a higher speed. Okay? You have a bike of 100 cc and you have a bike of 200 cc. Which is expected to move faster or which can have a greater speed? Tell me on the road and on in a highway. 200 cc can have more speed. It will have a more power also, more pull also. No? I mean, that means it can have a greater speed. So volume differs. I hope you understood it. Huh?
Sir,
Yes.
can you repeat
Yeah.
again? So can you repeat again?
Repeating which part? Tell me. Please, no problem. I'll repeat. Huh?
So the CC part.
CC part.
CC part is size. I'm talking about size. Every motor will have a size. Some small motor, some bigger motor. Small motor will have a small, less speed of rotation for a given current. And the big motor will have a larger value of current, larger speed. So it varies, from one type of size-wise. 250 cc bike or 100 cc bike, definitely 250 cc bike will have a more speed, no? Yes? All right.
Centimeter. Yes, sir.
cc does not mean centimeter. cc means centimeter cubic centimeter. That is the volume. Volume is size. So now, previously, you used to have the level diagram of DC motor. Now they have removed it. I checked the syllabus in the morning only. So now, diagram of DC motor will not come, but only have to know the this magnetic force and the direction. How do we find? We find the direction by Fleming's left-hand rule. Done. Okay, all right. Tell me, boys. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can you give a
Yes,
summary
yes.
of the DC motor? Just a brushing of top part. So about DC
I
motor.
didn't get it. What
Sir,
you say?
So can you
Sir,
tell little bit about DC motor?
Diagram.
Yes, sir.
DC motor works.
Just for the kind
Wait,
information.
wait. Okay, for your kind information. Okay, not unkind. Huh? Right. A DC motor is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Electrical to mechanical. First point. Yes, Vinayak. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The another thing you need to know, on what principle does a DC motor work? What is the working principle? we say it works on the principle of magnetic force. I wrote the heading, they are magnetic force. Which means when a current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, it experiences a force. And the motor moves using that force. With the effect of that force, the motor moves. Done? Yes, my dear Vivek. Okay, now another thing. Another thing, how can we increase the speed of rotation in motor? How can we increase the speed of rotation? I suggested 4 ways. Can you just elaborate? Tell me. First one.
Increasing the
number of coil, use
number of
strong
coil,
magnet,
increasing electricity,
Yes.
Number of coils.
increasing the current,
Electricity is current. Increasing the
Strength of
current.
the
Good.
current.
First point. Second one, tell me.
number of coils,
Any only you can tell me.
increasing the number of
Number
coils,
of
By
coils.
increasing the size. Okay, fine. Size or you can
increasing
say
the size,
area of the coil. By increasing the area or size. Fine. Size or area.
increasing
both
the
will do.
magnetic
Okay, now,
field,
very good. By increasing the magnetic strength. Magnetic field strength. More powerful magnet, greater the speed of rotation. Okay? And the fourth part, what did I suggest? Tell me one point. Number of turns. Number of turns in the armature coil. By increasing the number of turns in the armature coil. Done?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Diagram, no need to learn now because it is not in syllabus. Okay. If they may ask question, the direction of magnetic force is determined by which rule? Which rule we use to determine the direction of magnetic Fleming?
Flaming
Fleming's left hand rule.
left hand rule.
Very good. Fleming's left hand rule. Fleming's left hand rule. Okay. And they may give a symbol diagram and they will ask you find in which direction the force is acting, inward or outward, or if the coil is shown horizontal way, downward or upward, then you'll check it by using your left hand. Probably the chance is less, but they may ask this aspect because they have written in the syllabus Fleming's left hand rule. And they have mentioned nothing about the motor, DC motor. That's why I'm not going to touch it. I've just given you an idea only how does a motor work. All right.
yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
we start new topic then. I start new topic, And this is the because they have cut short reduced the syllabus now, so I am doing according to the reduced syllabus. Next topic is electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction. And here you learn about dynamo. Okay, dynamo. Dynamo means generator. Dynamo means generator. Are you ready, boys? Today I can give you only little idea because we don't have much time today, okay? We will take a magnet. We are having a magnet, okay? Please mute no because this is echoing. Somebody.
We probably mute no.
Okay. Now I'll tell you one thing. The thought process started in which way? Okay, in which manner? The inventor of this phenomenon, electromagnetic induction or dynamo. Do you know the scientist who discovered dynamo?
No, sir.
And he won Nobel Prize also for inventing dynamo. He was a Nobel Prize. Do you know the name?
No, sir.
I think you must have
I forgot.
Surely.
Charles.
Okay, you must have forgotten.
Charles.
Charles.
The answer is Michael Faraday. F-A-R-A-D-A-Y. Michael Faraday invented dynamo. You can check even in the Google. Michael Faraday invented dynamo and he won Nobel Prize for inventing dynamo.
So it's in Charles.
Please mute. Whoever I think knows I don't know. Okay. So the thought process for the Michael Faraday started like this. See, when we pass a current through a conductor, the conductor produces a magnetic field. That because of current we are getting magnetic field. That is electrical energy is changing into magnetic energy. And we know the fact that the process of energy conversion can be reversible. If electrical energy can be changed into the magnetic energy, then can magnetic energy be changed into electrical energy? The thought process started like that.
Yes, sir.
Electrical to magnetic, we are having electromagnet. And last time I showed solenoid and all, we are passing current and we are getting magnetic effect or magnetic field. But can a magnetic field create a current? Then on that thought or on that basis, the scientists and all, they started doing research. And then the Michael Faraday came up with this phenomenon called electromagnetic induction. He was successful in proving that from the magnet or magnetic field we can generate current. Just a reverse. Okay. Then for that, what we did one experiment. I'll tell you about that experiment. How he did. He took a magnet. From the magnet, there are many imaginary lines of force comes out like this. Many lines of force will be coming out like this. They start coming outward from the North Pole and will be towards the South Pole. Go like this. Imaginary lines of force will be there. Okay. This imaginary lines of force is called magnetic flux. Magnetic flux. F-L-U-X. Magnetic flux. They are called magnetic flux. And he took one coil like this. This coil you can call solenoid also. He took a coil containing some turns. And he placed a galvanometer, G means galvanometer, just to detect current, whether any current generated or not. Okay. He took a magnet and he took a coil and checking whether the galvanometer gives any deflection or not. Any side, does it move or not? If it moves, then there is current in the wire. No current. Some of them were at rest. He observed nothing. There was no deflection in the galvanometer. Galvanometer did not show any movement or any deflection. But the magnet, either towards the coil, that time only deflection. That means in that case only the current is generated. Current is generated. When there is a motion in the magnet, he tried the other way. He take the magnet coil. Magnet was at rest and he moved the coil either towards or away, like that. Then also there was a current in the coil. Faster he moved, he saw greater the amount of deflection. That is, greater amount of current is produced. Slower he moved, he found lesser the amount of current produced. And he did not move, neither of them, neither this nor that. Then he found there is nothing. There is no deflection in the galvanometer. And when he moved the magnet and the coil in the same direction with the same speed, same direction, moving both, but with the same direction with the same speed, again he found there is no deflection in the galvanometer. Then he concluded, who was he? Tell me.
Faraday.
Michael Faraday.
Michael Faraday. Good. Yes, yes. Then he concluded that whenever there is a relation, between the magnet and the coil, there is an induced current in the coil. Induced current. Induced EMF only generates current. There is an induced EMF and induced current in the coil. And this phenomenon is known as electromagnetic induction. Why it is called induction? Induction is induced or inspired or the region, this one is reasoned by this motion, change in the flux. Magnetic flux, when you bring the motion, magnetic flux passing through the coil keeps changing. When you bring closer, more and more will pass. When you withdraw, less and less will pass. But there will be change in the magnetic flux coil. And when this change in the magnetic flux linked or passing through the coil, there is an induced EMF in the coil and induced current, and the phenomenon is called electromagnetic induction. Okay? So I just started the topic today, okay? And next class I will give the definition, okay? All right, I will do this much for today, okay? Don't write anything, just give the definition. I'll give in the next class, okay? I will not overburden you.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you,
Somebody
sir.
was saying
Bye.
something, sir.
Have a good day.
Tell me.
Offline or online?